today? Was anyone absent yesterday? I would. All right, just a reminder, tomorrow the questions are due. I think there's only 5 or 6 questions, and there's a practice FRQ in there, which is good for us. I'll be here tomorrow morning at 9:25 to do the review, because we're coming in late tomorrow. Okay, homeroom starts at 9:55. I'll be here at 9:25 to do the review. All right. There's a quiz Friday on chapter 18. I'll also do tomorrow night at 7:45. What? No. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your conversation. Did you not know we're coming in late tomorrow?
No.
No, we are. Okay. You could come in at your usual 7:45, John.
Oh, okay.
We'll have breakfast for you. Monday, there's the FRQ. It's optional before 7:45 or 2:50. All right, whichever one you want or neither. And then Tuesday we have the redos, or if you're on retreat, taking it. Okay, practice on quizzes up. I'll just tell you there's tables on them. I don't know how to fill in every spot on the table. Same tables are on the regular quiz. And there's a breakdown video of the practice quiz. Any questions on any of these things? All right. Talk to your partners, go through these. Quick review on elasticity.
Percent change of percent change.
And if it's negative, it's positive.
Yeah, but
That's just percent change. Positive,
changing income.
Wait, if it's like. Mr. Wrestler. Or the inelasticity, if it's less than one, is it inelastic, or if it's. Elastic, like 3 hours. Oh, yeah, it's inelastic. They have like.
No,
And then you're gonna last. And that's
changing total revenue.
Yes, the thing, right?
You gave them.
But what's saying is like.
And the other one, total cost of the.
Where's that?
Anything you or your partner are not sure about? Yes, sir.
What's the elasticity of the main graph again?
You mean like a downward sloping?
Yeah.
John, you want to tell him?
Oh, no.
You don't want to tell him? You want to keep that information to yourself? Elastic unit in. I try to think E before I, elastic before it's elastic.
How do you calculate FRC?
It's wage,
In MRP.
MP times P. Gotta know that for the quiz.
What is total revenue and elasticity about? Like, what is that supposed to be asked?
If price goes up and total revenue goes up, what is it?
Inelastic.
That's what that is. Everything else good?
You said MRP,
I'll have it. I'll give you a second.
you said, MP times P equals MRP.
Correct.
Is marginal product the same as marginal revenue?
No, marginal revenue is the change in revenue with a change in output. Marginal product is the change in, like how much is being produced with an increase in input.
For like, cross price, income and demand, is that like something over, quantity? Or is it-
Now, quantity is always on top. All right, positive number for cross price is what? Substitute, negative is complement. All right. Income elasticity, positive is a normal good, negative is inferior. Right? I'm just gonna say. Like fish jammed us up last year, I mean, like the guys, there was an FRQ that had elasticity. And none of the guys were able to handle it. So
Cross price is change in quantity over price.
change in quantity demanded of product A over change in price of product B.
Oh.
This is change in quantity demanded over change in income.
Cross price, if it's negative, it's complement.
Correct. Okay. All right, so can we get this slide to move? Hey, by the way, we hit the goal.
Hey.
We're at 75.
One day.
Huh?
Yeah, you got 14 in one day.
Yeah, I went crazy yesterday. Actually, the last class said, wow, we'd love to get the 75th. I said, okay, I just won.
Can we get above an 100 on the midterm, or is it gonna cap out at 100?
Oh, do you mean like if you got a 95 plus 8% is a 103? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, you can't.
No.
Alright, you can't, I can't give you a 101 as a mark for the period. It freezes as 100. But say you got a 103 on the midterm and you had an 88 and that brought you up to 94, that would be fine. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you had a 100 right now in class, yeah, you got a 103, you're gonna stay as your grade as 100. But you can get a 10, you can get a 108. I don't think anyone's got 100 since I've been here. Huh?
What is the midterm? Just
I'll
like
get 100.
6, like, what would the midterm be?
60 multiple choice, 3 FRQs.
Maybe the first one.
We can do it.
I mean, it can be done. People get 100 on one part of the other. I think last year. I think 58 or 59. Was the multiple choice side, but a lot of people got 30. I mean, I'm not. More than like a handful got 30 and 30. All right, do we do this yet? Did we go over this yesterday?
Yeah.
Did we go over this?
Yeah.
All right, just remember here, wage in perfectly competitive market. Wage equals supply of labor equal MRC, demand equals MRP, and as we just said, MRP is marginal product times price. So if I can deliver 20 pizzas, my marginal product is 20 times the price of the pizza is 10. I am worth $200. Okay? All right, that's how much I bring in. So the company could pay me anything up to $200 and they're doing okay. All right, now, forget all this. If there's a significant increase in demand for pizza, what's that gonna do for pizza makers? You need more or less. More. So demand for pizza makers would increase, right? What about the demand for cows? More, the demand for veterinarians. Okay, that's what we call derived demand. Derived demand is the demand for resources. So the demand for pizza makers is determined by the amount of pizzas we sell. Sorry, I got it back. Okay. The demand for resources is determined by the products they help produce. So the demand for steel is determined by how many cars are sold. The demand for wood, maybe by how many houses are sold. Okay. All right, so what is demand? Demand is the different quantities of workers that businesses, so businesses demand. Okay. Yeah, you could put it on the bottom where there's empty lines. Maybe that'll be my 76 number. Getting to overtime, yeah. All right, so it's the different quantities of work is business. I think the key is remembering that businesses demand labor. Now, what happens when wages go up? Say my MRP is 200. I'm making 180. Yeah, they're gonna keep me. Now my wage goes to 210. No, they're gonna fire me. So the law of demand is there's an inverse relation between wage and quantity of labor demanded. Just like there was an inverse relationship between price and quantity. Why? Who supplies labor? We do. Households, people. So when you see the supply curve in the labor market, that's about us. Anyone here who doesn't work, just raise your hand if you don't have a job now. If minimum wage went to $50 an hour, how many of you would, who weren't working, would go work for $50 an hour? A couple of you, right? So when wages increase, the supply of quantity supply increases. Why? Because more people are attracted to work for more money. So they have a direct relationship. Now, the law of demand and the law of supply are the same in the product kind of and the wage market. It's a direct relationship for supply and an indirect relationship for demand. And it makes sense, right? If wages go up, businesses aren't going to pay, they can't afford sometimes to pay mid. But I give you room to shift this to supply and demand. Yeah. We good? How you doing, Cross? Pretty good. Just pretty good? You're better than pretty good, Cross. This was a blunder I took because it's the same thing. Christian. John's like excited to see was it finished and now he's. Yeah, Glenn's a good guy.
Thank you.
Was Russell, did you own the Domino's in Fort Lauderdale?
Never saw
No. I had at one time the rights to own that, to open that, and I didn't want it. I didn't think Four Corners was too spread out.
Yeah.
Now, I had it 25 years ago, so there was less houses, you know. That Domino's didn't do well. And it opened twice. Do you live around there?
Yeah.
It opened once where the pasta was.
While ago.
Yeah, that went out of business, and then they opened one like across the street. Yeah, and that one went out of business. Is the Papa John still there?
Yeah.
All right, here are the three shifters of demand. Now, one of the things to remember is demand is downward sloping and is MRP. MRP is MP times P. So anything that shifts the price of the product or the productivity of the product is going to shift demand. So change in the demand for the product. So the change in, if the demand of pizza increases, the price of pizza is going to go up. Therefore, MRP is going to increase. The demand would shift. The second shifter is productivity. Now, here's tricky because productivity is a lot of times technology, not technology that replaces me, but augments me. So by augment, I mean makes me more efficient. The reason it's tricky is what does technology shift in the product market? Supply. Here, it's shifting demand. And the way I really think of it is anything that changes price or NP, so more productivity, is going to shift demand. And the third is change in like other resources, like substitute resources. So if the change of robots, so if the price of robots decrease, maybe there would be a decrease in the assembly line workers. Now, the highest pizza store in the world I did on. It was in Towson. They moved it. It used to be on Shorewood, on 6309 Shorewood. I sold it to the company and the company moved it. They figured out how to ruin it. One day it snowed, we sold 10,000 pizzas out of that store. It's insane. Yeah, we didn't get paid for all of them because we couldn't get them down time. We made some. All right, supply shifting, number of workers. Immigration is a big shifter of supply. All right. So education, training. Second, government regulation. If waiters had to be licensed, what would happen to the supply of waiters? It would go down. So like there's a shortage of teachers now. So what are they doing? People are hiring teachers without licenses. Howard Hall always said that, by the way. And then leisure and society. What do I mean by societal values? If I asked, when I was your age, if kids raised their hand, how many mothers worked? Maybe 1 out of 30 mom worked. Because women didn't work back then. Here, like I asked my last class, 90% of the moms work. Because moms are now really part of the workplace. That's a societal change. Leisure time. When I was a kid, people had 2 weeks off. And that was their vacation. Now you get 4, 6, 8 weeks with some jobs. So that's a change in the supply of workers. All right. I gave you the answers to all these, right?
Yeah.
That was the 74th one. All right, I'd like you to look today at today's outline. Right? This is the first thing, right? Yeah, the first line is marginal product, right? Could you tell me the marginal product of the first worker? 7, right? 7 minus 0. Second worker, 17 minus 7. 10. Why don't you fill out the rest of the chart? Just the marginal product. But today's. Okay. All right, so for today's, you should have had something that's looking like that, right? 7, 10, 7. What's the next line? Price? What's the price? Is it for everyone? Yeah, it's perfect competition. So the price is gonna be 10 straight down the line. All right. The next line is MRP.
Yeah.
Put parentheses, VMPL. Your book calls it the value of the marginal product of labor. It's the same thing, just different books give it different names. Cross, you remember how to calculate MRP?
Yeah, and marginal product times price,
All right, so for the first one it is,
70, or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, 70. Now, the second one is 170, right? No, second one's 100. But the other way to do it was change in total revenue over change in input. Well, the change in input's 1. 170 minus 70 is 100, but 10 times 10 is probably easier. Just fill out the marginal revenue product, and we'll call it a day for that. We'll continue with this chart tomorrow. Remember, review at 9:25. Have a great day. Fill out your slip. Correct. Yes.
Oh, I just, if I.
You have done last-
Today.
So what happened?
That is fine.